Hey everyone, welcome to another Haze Reverb video, and of course this is going to be the Crusade raid for Desires of the Dead. Very interesting name, but yeah, it is what it is. And this current team is going to be the Bolina team. Now, I normally will do budget team, and I will show you a budget team, but I wanted to do a Bolina team first because I think most people will be running a Bolina team to clear this. And I just want to show you how easy it is to do with a Bolina, right? And this Bolina, I've downranked it to rank 4, which is the minimum that you would want. And it clears it very easily here. All you need is a Franca, a Tina, and a Farnese. You may actually not even need a Farnese. You could possibly just run like some other tank that has a taunt. Maybe you don't even need a taunt, but you just need a tank on this spot, and then you can heal it with a Mizo, and that will buy you enough time. This team only requires 3 rounds to clear the boss, right? And then you'll get a pretty decent score actually, even with just a team as simple as this. Now you could use a rank 10 Bolina if you have it, of course. Obviously, I haven't tested it actually, but she'll probably chunk it down further than this. It'll probably be a 2-hit. Just be careful it doesn't one-shot the boss, because otherwise you have a very low score. You want to get your first attack as low as possible, so something like this, where it's at now, and then overkill it with your big damage after that, and that'll probably give you like a much higher score if you have a rank 10. But with rank 4, you're still going to get a very respectable amount of damage, which I'll show you in a second here. So it's 2.13. If my math is correct, this should give you just enough points to clear all of the point rewards in one go, in one day at least. As long as you do all 3 hits, of course. You just multiply it by 3. It should give you roughly 6.4 mil score, and that's how many you need to clear out a whole score, right? 6.4 mil. All right. Now, that is the Bolina team. Very simple. Right? Now I'm gonna show you the budget team, and I mean it's not fully budget, but it's as budget as I could really get it to, right? So just give me a second here. I'm gonna load up the team. Okay, so let's talk about the units first. First, we have Mizo targeting the Odora, and Odora is going to target the Farnese to give both their buffs to Farnese, right? Now, this boss is an anti-armor boss, actually, but it also has true damage, right? So she has 2 parts to her damage. Firstly, it's the armor ignore one here, and then she'll apply a blade thing, and then she's going to do true damage, right? Now, obviously you can't stop the true damage portion of it, but you can still mitigate this normal basic attack, which is what we're doing here with the damage reduction buffs, right? Now you could also use Lina instead of Odora to apply the same effect, basically. I'm not sure if a low rank one is better than a like max rank Odora or not. I mean, Odora is easy enough to obtain, so you probably should have it at this point. But yeah, if you really want to try using Lina, you could probably also do that if you want to. Now, the boss attack pattern I should mention is it's actually flipped around from this. So she targets the main this white square, and then behind it it's like all these squares, right? So it's the 6 squares behind it. Now you see my Farnese is right at the back here, which means the splash damage is off screen, so that doesn't affect anyone. So that is like this is probably the easiest way to deal with this target, right? And that's also why I can have the 2 units up here to splash onto splash the buffs onto Farnese, right? So that's Farnese. Now I've downranked it to rank 5, and that's just so that you have the taunt, right? So sorry, I just mind blanked for a bit there. But you want the taunt here, ideally, right? I think you could do it without the taunt, but it might be a bit risky. Because the other reason being because I have Lilith here, right? And Lilith is here as a contingency plan. Now, if you didn't have a taunt on Farnese, then this might not work, right? At least the contingency plan may not work. And that's because if Farnese doesn't have taunt and then Lilith taunts, then the boss is going to attack Lilith and kill her pretty early, right? That's not what we want to do. What we want is Farnese needs to taunt will have the taunt uptime up the whole time to make sure that she's getting focused until she dies. Now she may not die all the time, but sometimes she might die, and if that happens, you need a tank to cover your team. And for that reason, I have Lilith there, right? Sometimes it doesn't matter, but it doesn't really hurt your team having Lilith there. Then we got your standard sort of DPS setup here. We got Franca, Tina, and then Skadi, like normal Skadi. Everyone should have these. They're rare units, and 2 of them are for free, so no issues getting those. The only thing that's semi-difficult is the Farnese, but everyone should be pulling for a Farnese at the beginning of their account. So hopefully you have a rank 5 Farnese. If not, it's a very worthwhile investment because pretty much all of these like hell difficulty setups, you ideally want to use Farnese because she has the most survivability. Now, if you don't have Farnese and you just can't pull it off on this difficulty, just use any tank and just lower the difficulty, right? You should be able to do it at least on maybe like 2 difficulties down or something like that with like a Lilith with max HP. You should last long enough to kill it. But I haven't tested it out. It's just my guess. But I think hopefully most people can either do Bolina or this team. So I'm gonna start and I'm gonna skip just because the fight takes a very long time. I'll just show like one little round here just so you know what's happening on most turns, right? Basically, eventually what's gonna happen towards the end when the boss is very low, she'll pop the EX and stuff, right? And then Farnese will eventually pop her second life. And then the boss is gonna start chunking her down quite a bit. And eventually she has a risk of dying towards the end when there's like 1 or 2 hits remaining, which is why I have the Lilith there. But then that will buy you enough time to have Skadi attack again. Because the other thing is, if she does kill you on the following round, because Farnese is not the first one acting, you actually get like a new action with your Skadi, right? So at least she has that 1 round at least to try to kill the boss. And if not, then the worst case scenario is you still have your Lilith's taunt up time because she'll apply it at the end of the previous round, and then that will stay up past like all these units moving, and then the boss will attack Lilith, right? So I'm going to skip here to show you the end score. It's going to be much lower, but it will get the job done, right? So multiply that by 3, you're getting about 5 point something, like 5.1, 5.2 mil, which means you'll need about 2 days to clear all the rewards, and then you're good to go. Then you can use your time on something else if you want to. Alright, so those are the 2 setups that I would recommend for this boss. Very easy boss actually this time compared to other times. I'm unsure about like doing the max damage team, like how hard that would be. But yeah, I'll be working on that over the next few days in between like doing other stuff. So yeah, I'll get that video up later once I figure that out. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Good luck with your Crusade raid. Hope you can clear everything, and I hope this video helps you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.